What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. Now, I want to go into my support that I've been getting on YouTube. I'm loving all the views that I'm getting on my videos. Subscribers are picking up. I want to say thank you for all the positive comments, and I'm going to keep these videos going full force. Now, that led me to the video that's getting watched the most, which is my black seed oil video, but I forgot about putting one video up. I gave it to my kids too. And I also made them vegetarian, which people always say is very hard to do. It wasn't hard for me to do. But I'm going to get into that. What happened with my children when they start taking black seed oil, if it's okay for your children to take black seed oil, and what happened when they went vegetarian. So if you're on Instagram, go ahead and click on my video, but if you're on YouTube, let's get into me giving it to my children and me stopping them from eating meat. Now, when I found out about eating meat, it was hard to take because me personally, I love meat. And when it comes down to meat is not bad for you, but the problem is the way they're preparing it over here in America is bad for you. If you think about animals, think about lions, right? And you think about, how much meat a lion consumes, they're pretty much in sync. You know, how they can, set a buffalo up, they'll chase them over to a pack of lions and they'll all eat them. And you think about the ancient Egyptians, who were the true brilliant minds because they accessed their pineal gland to the fullest extent, they also ate meat. Now, back in the day, back in the ancient times, you need to have money to have meat because it had to be prepared in a certain way. But meat has protein in it that only can come from meat. It's a brain food. That's why so many of them, the ancient Egyptians consume meat. But the problem is nowadays we don't know what's preparing our meat. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know what's in it. So we stay away from it now. Or I stay away from it. I mean, I'm not trying. I don't. Whatever you do is whatever you do. I ask you to use your judgment and your common sense. If the meat has poison in it, do you eat it? Some people will still eat it, but that's up to you and what you do with your life. I'm here to invoke thought, help awaken the world's consciousness, and one person at a time. Maybe I'm dropping the seed for later, but right now I'm going to talk to people who really, really want to change, and I'm going to tell you how, if I'm going to change, well, I'm going to I can't let my kids get the poison in them as well, because your children are supposed to be your evolution, correct? So if your children are your evolution and you're sitting here giving them all this low-frequency poison drugged up meat, is that an evolution, or is that just being selfish? Because your kids aren't going to evolve if they're getting low-frequency food full of drugs and things that really make them, make them drones and make them, give them all kinds of problems. So I said, you know what, it's enough. It's enough is enough. I'm done giving my kids meat. I'm finished. It's a wrap. So here's the thing. How my kids take not eating meat? Well, I gave it to them straight. I pretty much said, listen, this is what's happening to me. This is what's happening to the animals, and this is what's going inside the meat. Do you want to eat it? My youngest son said, I ain't eating that at all. And my oldest son said, ew, that's nasty. Kids use their common sense. If you tell a kid that something is bad and you show them what it is, and I don't take it easy with my kids. I tell them the truth because they need to know the truth. These kids are also very, very smart. They're spiritual beings as well, and they use their common sense, more common sense than an average adult. So I let my kids choose. I'm like, okay, because I know my kids are smart, because kids they question everything, correct? And they look at the facts. The facts are, if the meat is bad for me, if they put drugs in it, well, why would I eat it? But adults aren't like that. Well, it tastes so good, so I'm going to still eat it. So I stopped my kids from eating meat, and I put them on black seed oil all around the same time. Now, here's the thing. I stopped eating meat back in September, right? And I was still letting my kids eat meat. Terrible, Dad. Terrible meat, right? But I didn't know all the stuff that was in the meat. Like, I knew it was bad for you, but I didn't know it was this bad. Like, they're actually trying to kill you. So I stopped them from that, and I got the black seed so I could detox them. And I'll tell you right now, it detoxed them. Now, my youngest son has a little bit, he gets frustrated and he has a little temper on him, like I used to when I was a kid, but his is like 10 times worse. Well, I can tell you when I put him on the black seed, it not stopped it, but it calmed his temper down a lot. I also try to teach my kids to meditate, and they always laugh and try to, keep themselves straight and like it's a game, but, you got to start them somewhere. And I can tell you they were on the toilet on and off for about the first week, especially my oldest son, because when you think about the things you give to your kids, you think about all this, it's a bunch of aspartame, it's dyes, it's sugar, it's tons of stuff that is going into them, and it's also messing with your development because like I say in my videos, your body is a conduit to your brain. So if a child is developing and they're getting all this crap in them, it's going to mess up their development, which would give them all kinds of things like ADHD and hyperactive and asthma and eczema and things of that nature. And I can also tell you when I stopped my kids on dairy, they've had eczema their whole life. And when I stopped from dairy, they haven't had eczema, not one breakout since. And I stopped them from dairy probably back in May. I realized it was very bad for them. I did some research on dairy, and I stopped them. I said, all right, it's a wrap. You're done. It's a wrap. No more cereal with the milk. You're going to drink some almond milk, some coconut milk or something like that, but you're not going to, and almond milk isn't the greatest either, but it's better than the cow's milk. So I'll get into almond milk later in another video, but right now, I stopped them from dairy and they haven't had eczema. And they always say eczema and asthma go hand in hand, correct? Back in the day, we didn't have these things as humans. So you got to think that if we have all these things now, then obviously something's going on in our body that's giving us this stuff, correct? Now I'm using my childlike mind. It just makes sense. What's going on? It's the atmosphere, it's our environment, and it's our food that we're eating. So you got to start changing some things. And I had to start changing some things seriously with them if I wanted to see them develop better than I developed. Now, I'm not saying I developed bad, but I am saying I did struggle with learning behaviors and all kinds of stuff. Like, not learning behaviors, but not learning disabilities either. But they did give me ADHD when I was a child, and I was, like, hyperactive, and I had trouble concentrating, and my oldest son had trouble concentrating. Let me tell you what happened with him first. My son always he got into reading a lot, and but he didn't comprehend this stuff well. Well, when I started putting him on black seed, he read books. Well, first things first, my son will read a whole book in like a day. All right, that's like he just reads, but he never comprehends. He just like read the words and then comprehend. But when he started to take black seed, he started to comprehend this stuff a lot better, and he started to finish it faster, read them faster, and tell him what the whole story was about. Now, my younger son, who has the temper, who has the concentration issue when he gets frustrated, he pretty much started to learn how to control his temper a little bit better, and he got detoxed fully. And he started to ace all his spelling tests as well. And he started to retain the information well as well. Now, my sons were always excellent in sports, so I can't tell you what that is. I just pretty much condition and train them. My sons are amazing in sports. When football season starts again, we'll see how they are next year when I'm conditioning them more. But I don't know if it's the black seed or my conditioning. Who knows? But I'll tell you with my children, their focus. I'm not going to say their energy has come up because I don't want it to come up even more than it is because these dudes run around all the time. Like it's from sun up to sundown. They are running around all the time. They sleep a lot better. I can tell you that. So if I give them black seed at night, they're out, and it's like nature's NyQuil. So they're sleeping better. They seem to be more rested. They're not giving me a hard time when I wake up in the morning like they used to. My youngest son is more of a morning person, so he won't. My oldest son always did, and they're not like really groggy. And I noticed that with myself. When I wake up in the morning, I feel well rested, and with them, it also gave them the benefits as well. And people will ask me, well, why would you get black seed to your kids? Is it safe? Well, let me ask you a question. Is Kool-Aid safe? Is sugar safe? Is Pepsi safe? Is Capri Sun safe? Is meat safe? All no, right? So if I'm going to give my kids something from nature, why are you questioning that? Don't question that. Question the things that you're giving to your kids that are made in labs, and things that will give your kids all kinds of, ailments and disabilities and deformities and things of that nature. You want to start questioning that stuff, because I can tell you right now, we know that stuff is bad for you, but you still continue to give it to your children. People will also ask me, well, it's very hard to turn my kids into a vegetarian. I'll talk about that in a couple seconds, but it's very hard to turn my kids into a vegetarian. Well, the reason why I was able to do it is because I already, I just pushed it on them. I always instructed, they also want to be like daddy too, so it's not really that hard. But the meat thing was hard as well. Now, when you start to instruct things to your kids, it's harder when they're older. I do agree, because their ways are kind of set, and they're going to be around things and they just love food too much. But when they're younger, I suggest that you try to instill it in them, because they're easy. It's easy for them to get it when they're younger, and then older, because their ways are they're not set in stone. They haven't formed habits of eating this food yet. So if you start them when they're young, they really will have a healthier life, a more productive life, and they'll develop a lot better. Now, like I say in my videos, the only way I'm going to eat meat is if I catch it or I kill it and I prepare it myself. Because right now, the food that they're giving us is just terrible. And if you think about my kids, they detox a little longer than me. Like they flushed a little longer than me, because when it comes down to it, I was also guilty of this. I was giving my kids a lot of snacks, snacks that, and it wasn't like a lot, but because they wasn't eating snacks like other kids eat, but they were eating snacks that, like the sugar from the fruit snacks and the Twizzlers and the candies, and they don't drink juice. They stopped drinking juice years ago, because I knew that one thing. I used to sell Kirby's. I used to own a franchise for Kirby Vacuum, and one thing I couldn't get off of carpet was Kool-Aid, because Kool-Aid, had dye in it that dyed the carpet and stained it. Well, I thought, if this Kool-Aid that my kids are drinking is in the carpet right now, and that can't come out, what is going on? Like, why am I putting that into my kids? Why am I doing that? So, it was pretty much a no-brainer to just stop Kool-Aid right then and there, or stop all juices. I know that, my kids will go to a barbecue maybe once in a while, and they'll, drink juice, but they'll come to me like, Dad, can I have juice? Because they know that it's not good for them. I'm not beat for that, so I'm going to stop them from juice. And let's talk about the vegetarian thing. Now, my children use their common sense, right? They use their common sense. When it comes down to it, I explained it to them. Like, how do you break it down to your kids to stop eating meat? Well, I showed them pictures of the animals. I showed them videos, and I told them what was in the food. And they was like, I'm not eating that. I ain't eating that. It's nasty. Because kids use their common sense, and they won't eat things that are bad for them. Adults, on the other hand, we're so set in our ways, we'll eat whatever tastes good, even if it kills us. And that's the problem. That's the problem with everything. We'll just eat and eat and eat and eat, and it will kill us, and we don't really care about it at all. And that's the problem. So when I told them that, I stopped them, and I pretty much, you got to make their other options a lot better. That's what you got to do. You got to make their other options a lot better, or make them tasty, because kids want things that taste good, and it's kind of hard to shift the habit with something that doesn't taste good. So I give them fruits and veggies, and we give them like sweet potatoes, beans, rice, vegan macaroni and cheese, things like that kind of look like the same thing they used to eat, but it's not. I use the Beyond Meat sometimes every once in a while when they get like a meat itch, or I get like a meat itch, no GMO, organic, things of that nature. I'll do that for them. I'll make them French toast that has, wheat isn't good for you, but it's better than the other stuff. It's not the best for you though. So I use that as well. Sorry about that. It's the morning. Kids are getting ready for school. One of them just got yelled at for wetting his school pants. I hate these uniforms, but that's how it is when you're a parent. Kids make noise. It's the morning. So, but besides that, let me get into what I was talking about. Okay, so when you try to shift your kids into eating, it's for the best. So you got to understand that. You can't let them cry and complain, because you know what's best for them. You're the guardian. that means you're guarding the sources on the outside, and you're also guarding what's even more important, what's going on in the inside, the body and the mind. Things they watch and everything, and I'll get into that in another video what the kids watch. But right now, this is about what they eat, and I'm telling you right now, the vegetarian diet for them is best. They don't even see a difference. They don't eat school lunch. They haven't eaten school lunch since like a month ago when they got sick at the same time, and it was like something's going around. No, something's in the food. So y'all are not eating the food no more. So I make them school lunch now. You know, like I give you an example. Today they have wheat, no GMO jelly, no GMO peanut butter, organic, and they have I put kiwi and I put pears in like a Tupperware container, and they have 2 waters. That's lunch, and that's lunch every day. You got your nice grain, you got your nice fruit, and something a little sweet with the jelly, no GMO, organic, and that works. You know that works. Besides that, let me get into what happened when they went to a family member's house. Now, my children went to a family member's house on the weekend, and one thing I hate is, I'm telling you, don't give them meat. My family don't take me serious yet, right? They don't, because they don't take their diet serious. I'm gonna say it. I don't care if they're listening, right? My family, the other side, they don't take their diet serious, so they think that they could play around with my kids' diet. Well, I'm not playing these games, all right? I told them not to give my kids meat, because once the black seed detoxes you from all this garbage that was going into your body, if you put it back into your body, like I said about the snacks, you put it back into your body, you're going to get sick. So, my kids were at their uncle's house Super Bowl night, right? I don't care if they're listening either. It is what it is. This is my channel. I'll say what I want to say. I'm mad about that. All right? You got to listen to what I'm saying. Your family must respect your decision. Now, with your family, they know you all your life. So if you make a life change like this and nobody else makes that change, they're not going to take it serious. They're like, yeah. We'll see how long this lasts, or we'll see how long he's doing this. You don't understand. I'm serious. And I'm the guardian of my children. So, they go over to their uncle's house Super Bowl night. Right? I tell their uncle that they don't eat meat no more. He's like, oh, okay. Like, okay, he's into the health stuff. Yada. Okay. So he got him fruit, and I let him have a pizza. He bought a pizza for him. Fine. The next night, Saturday night he had them. Sunday night was Super Bowl night, right? And he had them, and they came home on Monday morning. And what happened was, when they got home from school, they were weird. My youngest son was snapping. He was having a terrible day. He was just like losing his mind. And my oldest son was really lethargic. He was laying, like reading his book, laying on the floor, put the book down, like laying there. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I said, Reggie, did you eat meat? He was like, no. We had sandwiches. What kind of sandwiches? Mustard sandwiches. Mustard sandwiches, Reggie. What'd you have? Who gave you? Somebody gave you meat? Yeah, my mom gave me meat, and she said it was ignorant if we say no when somebody offers us something. Even though you told her you didn't eat meat, they guilted the kids into eating meat because they don't understand how serious it is. You know, like, since they eat like crap, I'm not talking about the uncle, I'm talking about the grandma. Since they eat like crap, and I tell them to stop giving my kids meat, they do it anyway against my orders, and they make my kids feel bad for it, so they don't say no. So, guess what happens since they ate meat? Meat is mucus forming, especially with all that GMOs and all them drugs and all that garbage in it. And they were lethargic, they felt sick, they wanted to throw up, and they went to bed early. Right? Getting the black seed, got it out of them. They're good now. They almost missed school. That's how sick they were. You know, you can't just put something like that, because right now meat is foreign to their bodies. Their bodies have learned how to adapt without the meat, especially in function in a good way, because all the meat is terrible for you now. So That's what happened. They're good now. Pretty much the moral of the story is you should pretty much give you should give your kids black seed. You can do it. You give your kids all the other garbage. I'm sure something natural. Don't question that. It's great. It's great for your kids. It's great for you. It's great for your family. Make sure you buy a bigger bottle than this one right here, because this one is almost out. Got to get some more. It's like nuts to nothing. I got to order this today, because if I don't have this for a day, I'm going to lose my mind. But besides that, everybody have a great day. Take care of your kids. Be the guardian over your families. I can tell you right now, if you do this life change, it will be for the best, because I would eat meat if it was good for you. But right now, it's not good for you, and I don't prepare it myself, so I'm not eating meat. And take it from his kid's point of view. If they say, I ain't eating that, why you don't say you ain't eating that? But besides that, everybody have a great day. This is my video about my black seed and my kids. Keep on supporting. Follow. Email me if you want to talk to me at intensityfitness@outlook.com. If you want to check out my website, go to intensityfitnessclub.com. Subscribe to my channel. Keep on supporting. Like, comment, ask any questions, any ideas you want me to do in the video. Ask that. But besides that, everybody have a great day. My name is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is